Awesome. Thank you all so much for being here.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, it's I never do this, so this is fun. Um, Caroline sent me her initial curriculum statement, which pulled from Poe and a lot of questions that I was wondering myself as a technologist, um, and sort of had a nice long think, and came up with this sort of answer or reply as I was thinking about the pieces in the show and what we're trying to talk about when we talk about the tension between magic and science. All the things we lost. Where is the wisdom we have lost in knowledge? Where is the knowledge we have lost in information? T.S. Eliot, The Rock. Submerged cages, silex tools, gilded graves, ancient fuels. In fossilized cerebella live the Antikythera mechanism, like so many other universal tales of progress. A collective memory drunk on future remains in an eternal December. Though through every step of mankind, I try to remember all the things we lost. The role of the artist in a society where science and technology overtake magic. In his much regarded debate with American linguist Noam Chomsky, French critical theorist Michel Foucault detailed the notion that grids of knowledge as they emerge are laid on top of each other and suppress previous ones. This concept may give us a clue of the evolution of knowledge through human history. We often ask the fundamental epistemological question, how do we know what we know? When perhaps we should beg the contrary, how do we know what we know not? The modern subject has been emboldened to believe they know everything. Armed with alphabets, quasi-infinite portable library, we see this borrowed information as our own. This false sense of knowledge is engendered by the misconstrual of access for ownership. Because we have access to all this information, we believe it to be knowledge. There are two main reasons why we live in the age of twilight knowledge. One, we do not own the information, ownership. Two, we do not know how it is produced, production. Production. Picture this. Prisoners chained so that their necks and limbs are fixed, forcing them to gaze at the screen in front of them. Behind the screen, particles of melted beach sand interact through electromagnetic waltz and produce the shapes of men and other living things. And what exactly is this waltz? How exactly do these particles produce these shapes? How does the bit go from there to there? Why are certain shapes more important than others? The modern subject is a consumer of information. We have lost touch with the sources of knowledge. Our technology which provides it is opaque and proprietary. Try to open the black aluminum boxes through which we access information. Remember the words of Arthur C. Clarke. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. What separates advanced technology from magic is knowledge. The understanding of the advanced technology, of how the advanced knowledge produces, how it works. We are constantly compelled to trust the science, but the scientific method beckons us not only to believe, but to replicate. Empiricists claim that knowledge is the active product of experience, and not belief. Then she got up into the lift, for the good reason that the door stood open, and she was shot smoothly upwards. The very fabric of life now, she thought as she rose, is magic. In the 18th century, we knew how everything was done. But here I rise through the air, I listen to the voices in America, I see men flying, but how it's done, I can't even begin to wonder. So my belief in magic returns. Virginia Woolf, Orlando. It is called fantasy when no scientific explanation is provided for the impossible. It is called science fiction when it is. If science transfigures magic into information, which evil demon can reverse the alchemy? Who else but the artist to obscure technology and extract through their liberated production its unknowable characteristics? Oh, the prestige. Ownership. Memory is a radical act. Sing to me, O muse. When she does, it is from the dome. Evanescent shapes cannot hold a people together. Memory is a safeguard against the perversions of history. Hold on tight, go forth, and disseminate all that you remember before your secrets are forever lost. We cannot claim to know if we do not remember, if the knowledge it is not within us, if we do not own it. Where is your knowledge? Perhaps somewhere in the cloud, where you're granted access to it, no longer yours. We ask permissions to those who control the data, those who control collective memory. What if the song of the revolution disappeared? How to remember. Dig deep within the archives of disappeared peoples, and you will find traces of recent futures. Imagine the advanced creations of the forgotten Atlantis, the foregone algorithms lost forever beneath Alexandria. Each layer of Troy is a new opportunity to uncover that what was once fiction can become reality, and what was once fantasy simply is. Do not believe the ones who claim the future will not be a certain way. They do not know it has already happened. Our only hope, perhaps you, dear reader, will one day awake from uneasy dreams, transformed into a monstrous beast, heavy and slow, blackened by reminiscence, an artist, someone who remembers all the things we lost.
Wow. Woo! Thank you so much. Français?
French?
Very. Allons-y.
All right.